following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
Handoff, Elliott plowing to the goal line. Barry, sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
Now, your hosts, Mickey Spagnola, Rob Phillips, Everson Walls, and Bill Jones.
And it's a fabulous Friday inside the SWBC Mortgage Studios here at the Star in Frisco, Texas, as we get you ready for the Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. It is a busy Friday morning. Right, Mickey Spagnola?
Very busy.
It is.
Here.
I was going to say that. Out in the hallway, you can just feel the energy.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
They have the Wednesday's Child or whatever what is it? Not Wednesday's Child. The guy they bring the people that come in for visits. Make-A-Wish. Thank you, Kyle.
I'm glad somebody around here knows what the heck they're talking about.
Anyway, that's going on, and you got tours because, it's a home game. Everybody shows up. And when the guy said, and Bill Jones, we should have had that in italics, right?
I am back.
Bill Jones.
I am back.
Welcome back,
sir. It's good to be back.
Good to have you.
Bill wasn't here for the, my induction.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm totally official now. Yeah.
You had an induction? I feel like I had an induction.
Totally
I feel like I introduced labor earlier this week.
You had a reduction.
Poor guy, man. Yeah, Everson was signing the paperwork during the show.
Doing the show.
Really?
Man.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
He's
Very
got
good.
a badge, and we even got him reading.
All right.
That's right.
It was like a college-style commitment ceremony. He had
yeah.
like hats of
National
different
Signing
teams.
Day.
That's due. Yeah.
All right.
And he's doing the reads,
They stopped
too, now.
harassing me at the front of the building. I can just walk in now without having
I thought you were getting harassed today. The lady just wanted to say hi to you.
Yeah.
I thought, no, come back. You got to sign in.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
All right.
Also, we got some ground rules.
Okay.
No, what do we Mike Francesa?
Yeah.
We don't want any of that.
Okay.
No silent but deadly omissions. You understand what I'm
Mike
talking about?
Francesa.
Yeah,
What'd he do?
They're passing gas in the podcast room. We don't want that. We are not.
Mike Francesa
having
did?
it. Yes, he will.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he was the only one in studio, right?
And he said it wasn't him.
I'd have just continued to say, it's a drop.
Right.
I'm sorry.
His dog wasn't in the room.
No, so we're not having none of that. That's my only ground rule.
Okay. All right. Very good.
All right, we can move on.
All right. Well, I'm feeling good. I had a little procedure done on Tuesday, and I guess I can go ahead and say what I had done.
If you want to.
All right.
We
Had my
weren't gonna say
gallbladder removed on Tuesday, and
Bill acts like that's just like pulling a tooth or something,
It's like boy or girl.
Probably what it felt like, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it's actually not that bad.
Really?
So, yeah. In fact, I have not, outside of Advil, I've been on no pain medication.
See, that's old school, man.
Tough guy.
That's old school.
That's right.
Rob couldn't do that.
When I filled the prescription, and then it was like his opioid.
taking stronger than that right now.
I'm not getting on an opioid.
No opioids,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So anyway,
are you questionable for Sunday or what? Are you good to go?
I'm good to go. I'm good to go.
All right.
I had your reserve. I
I
got
had an extra procedure done this morning.
Do we want to know
Scared to
about
ask.
I guess I won't say what.
Yeah,
it
we're
Please
good.
don't. Yeah, I think we're getting too deep right now.
Okay. All right. It's no big deal.
Okay.
But it was just a follow-up this morning.
There you go.
Yeah,
No.
you're just telling us. There's no one listening.
Yeah, that's right. There's a tour group right outside.
Those speakers do go out in the hall. So
That's
go ahead
right.
and share, Bill.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
No, we're good. We're
Yeah, they're
good.
waiting to hear the diagnosis right behind us.
It's all good.
But the good news, folks, is Bill's here with us.
All right. So tell me what Jason Garrett said.
What did he say? It sounds like Sean Lee may be iffy for this game.
Well, that's what I was wondering as I was watching
that-
from a distance, and he's not participating in practice all week.
What did you think by what he said?
Well, it
'Cause
sounded-
he's not practicing today. He
didn't-
basically said.
Yeah, maybe limited. We'll see. Usually Friday is his day off anyway, more of a rest day.
But he's already had DMP 2 days in a row.
So
Trying to see how he put that.
So
You thought-
this is obviously a new development. Because we didn't even talk about this yesterday. We had no idea. Did
Well,
we?
he's got a couple things. He's got a thigh issue and a pectoral injury that I believe he's been dealing with at
He said that
times
for a little bit.
throughout this year that hasn't prevented him from playing. So for that reason, to me, there's a little bit of optimism he can go. Veteran guy, but you'd like to get some practice in, right?
Well, the pec muscle, that has a lot to do with
He hasn't practiced Wednesday or Thursday. He said he probably not doing much. Well, here's how he put it. He said he's making progress. And then he said, interpret that as you will. He won't practice today. So I interpret that as this is highly questionable then.
Are you going to interpret that when the injury report comes out this afternoon, what will he be listed as for the game?
Questionable.
Questionable.
Not out. But it may say
questionable.
DNP. So that's making like hopeful, but
the NFL is really cracking down.
Yeah.
On the teams and the injury reports. Everybody's trying to be slick. That's probably another Belichick rule.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was always very tricky.
And there's been a lot of people on the injury report this week.
There has a lot of guys.
Not for the Rams.
Somebody got fined 100 G's, right? Was it more than that? What some teams?
The Lions got
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, on Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
So they had 8 starting limited on Wednesday. 2 went to full yesterday. Heath and there was one other guy. Pollard. Yeah.
Pollard's full practice.
Still yesterday, 6 guys were limited. But I would imagine those limited guys are good to go.
Yeah, it sounded. I asked about Chris Jones because who's his backup at punter? He sounds like he's okay.
That's very important. We came up with a lot of scenarios on the Chris Jones.
We're going to make just Heath do it.
Antoine Woods.
Is a punter?
Huh? No, I was moving on. He's been limited, but sounds like they're optimistic he could get back depending on how things go the next couple days.
Kicking him out.
But at linebacker, I assume Leighton Vander Esch is going to be ruled out today.
Yeah.
And if he is, then without Sean, you're looking at Joe Thomas and Luke Gifford, who I'm not sure how many defensive snaps he's gotten this year, but it's not many. And he would have to play a lot in this game if there's no Sean Lee. And assuming no Leighton Vander Esch.
Keep talking and I'll tell you.
On Luke Gifford, how many defensive snaps? I try to chart this as the season goes along.
I mean, has he played any? He came in maybe late in games?
I've got him down for none. I've got him all special teams snaps this season.
And they like him, but you're facing a Rams team that we talked about during the week that is starting to get back their rhythm, hit their stride, to get Todd Gurley involved, and everything kind of flows off of that.
The official chart here says 0%.
There you go. I gave the official chart. This is the official chart right here.
Yeah. Bill's had a lot of time on his hands.
That's right.
56 special team snaps.
All right.
And as Jason said,
all hands on deck at linebacker now.
I remember back in '87, we had to play the Cardinals. That's when they were the St. Louis Cardinals, and the offense was amazing. Roy Green, Neil Lomax.
Was this a real game?
It was a real game. Yeah, we were coming down the stretch, and they were going for the playoffs. But we sucked in '87. We didn't do much. We were not in the playoff picture. So here they come to Dallas, and we've got 2 outside linebackers that are backups. And we're talking about Henry Marsh was a tight end. We're talking about J.T. Smith was a wide receiver, Roy Green, O.J. Anderson's in the backfield. I mean, this is a great squad. I don't know how we did it, but we won that game. That was the most satisfying victory I think I've ever had. Steve Diassi is playing outside linebacker.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. Steve Diassi was playing. Jeff Rohr was the other linebacker.
I remember Rohr.
Yeah, well, you remember how amazing that is, and we still won that game then. You remember Rohr. So that's one of those games where, how did we do it? How did these linebackers stand up? And they played amazing football. We just kept it simple. So let's hope that this is one of those moments to where those linebackers can come in, keep it simple, keep the game plan to a minimum. You don't have to think too much and just let those guys just go with their athletic ability. That'd be a really nice change.
Last game of the season in 1987 against the St. Louis Cardinals, a 21-16 Cowboys victory.
It was so satisfying.
Pulled them to 7-8.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, we were. That was a 1-game winning streak I think we had.
And 2 of those wins were the replacement games.
Okay, Mick, thanks a lot.
Just I wanted to point that out.
All of my
you said it was a bad season. I just wanted to emphasize.
Yeah, it wasn't.
By the way, it wasn't the most sensational defensive effort in the world statistically. The Cardinals had 422 yards of offense that day,
and they didn't score any points.
They scored 16.
Hey, man, that was
16.
bend but not break.
That's
man.
right.
That's the definition.
Tom
Al Del Greco had 3 field goals for the Cardinals that day.
We held him down, baby. Roy Green. Did Roy score? I don't think Roy scored.
7 catches, 112 yards, no touchdowns.
Hey,
JT Smith had a touchdown.
That's a victory
There you go.
back then.
All right. With Steve Pellure at quarterback, passing for 122 yards.
See? We won with 122 yards passing. You're going to tell me that wasn't a satisfying victory?
That is a defensive effort right there.
And with backup outside line, Diassi had never played outside linebacker since maybe junior high. And in junior high, he's probably the biggest kid on the team.
No wonder they moved Randy White back to linebacker.
No, we didn't go that far. We did not go that far, but definitely satisfied.
How long has a Diassi been in the league? With Steve and Zach Diassi?
Ever since,
it's going back like 30 years now.
Ever since 1984, right?
Yeah,
35 years there's probably been a Diassi in the league.
That's right. And he taught his son the magic position.
Deep
snapper. Deep snapper.
That's right.
You can get a scholarship at deep snapper.
That's right.
You can get a salary at deep snapper. You can play 17 years as a deep snapper and not have to touch a soul.
And especially now with the new rules.
Especially now with the new rule. They can't touch
You can be 230 pounds and be a deep snapper now.
You can be my size and be a deep snapper.
What's LP now, 15?
15, yeah. He's made himself a lot of money.
Wow.
A lot of money.
And who was it? Hellstray? Was it Hellstray?
Yeah, Hellstray.
Yeah.
How long he go? 17?
Into his 40s, I believe, right?
Wow.
Ellie played a long time.
Until he just couldn't run down there anymore.
Or bend over, one of the two. I love you, Helly, if you're listening.
We love it, man. But, I mean, that's a great position. You talk about it.
Don't make me laugh. It hurts when I laugh.
That's right. You can't.
You know, Hellestray was dude perfect before that stuff started because that one day.
I'm impressed you know who Dude Perfect is.
Out at the ranch, they wanted to see if Hellestray could snap the ball through a moving car through the window.
Nice.
And he did.
Nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't trick photography
The
either.
walk up there to the ranch there where you guys came in, he was on that, and the car drove by and boom, right through the window.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Convertible.
Yeah, right.
That's right. So, Rob, did you draw the assignment to listen to Jerry on the radio this morning?
I did not. That was David Hellman. But Mickey was trying to multitask in the press conference.
I don't know if I did well or not.
Did you hear anything of note?
What was the one I told? It was at the end. He said something. I don't remember.
About coaching?
Well, you know what? They started talking a lot on Major League Baseball.
In the marijuana
new
thing.
agreement for dropping testing for marijuana in baseball, and even in the minor leagues.
And you knew Jerry's going to get headlines on that one.
Yeah, he didn't make anything declarative thing. You know, the one thing he kept saying and referring to, he goes, you know, what we do in the NFL, we try to draw attention to ourselves. And he said, so if you want to draw attention to yourself, sometimes the attention is not good. But you know, I think he learned long time ago from Tex that any attention is good attention, regardless if it's good or bad.
Well, Jerry,
and so he said,
definitely made the best of that.
And he basically said, you know, if we want all that good attention, then sometimes we've got to deal with the bad attention, and we can't run for it. You know, we've got to be an example for what's going on out there. So he was kind of, you know, saying, well, yeah, it's good that they're doing that, but maybe we need to set an example. Kind of hinted at that.
In what way? Meaning to continue
continue testing, yeah.
Continue testing?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how was that?
But I mean, I guess you can test. I guess you know, maybe you have to back off on what the punishment is. Because no league punishes their players like the NFL does, if you think about it.
And if you think about the NFL, the most injuries, you know, the most pain that you have to go through, the more collisions, all of that, you would think that they'd be more empathetic to athletes that indulged.
Yeah. So I didn't hear the whole thing. I just caught.
So those baseball players, they have a lot of injuries they have to deal with, right? That's why they stopped the testing. Is that what they're saying?
Standing around a lot.
Yeah, standing around might hurt your back. Yeah, ball might hit them in the stomach or something.
Well, you have one opiate death, and now it's like, okay, we got to take care of this.
Well, is that what
I think that's
what the NFL is waiting on?
Well, I hope
you see,
not.
that's the point.
Yeah.
What are you waiting on?
Yeah,
there's always a drastic moment, some dramatic moment that's pretty much is unnecessary, really, with the information that we have at this point. You know, you got to get out of the 50s and and kind of grow up as a league.
The other thing, because you caught part of it, apparently I'm checking on Twitter, he was asked about certain college coaches that are having success.
Yes.
On the subject of Jason Garrett's job security and guys that are being bandied about as possible options if the Cowboys go in a different direction after the season. And what did he say, Bill?
John Machota's got him quoted. Jerry Jones was very complimentary of Lincoln Riley and Matt Rule on 105.3 The Fan this morning. But then he pointed out, quote, college coaches have the lowest percentage rate of success taking over as NFL head coaches, adding that the Cowboys went 1-15 in Jimmy Johnson's first season.
There you go.
Just had to point that out, right?
Wow. I wonder if Jimmy feels something in his kidney right now.
College coaches spend Sundays working. In many cases, they aren't that familiar with the NFL personnel. Now, that's a big deal. You pay a price for somebody to get up to date that hasn't spent the prior months or years in the NFL. And I think there's definitely something to be said for that. I mean, if you talk to a lot of college coaches, I mean, they have no idea what's going on in the NFL because that's a huge work day for college coaches.
No, he's absolutely
Sundays.
right. I guess maybe the one advantage would be because Jimmy had this, right?
You're familiar with them, having recruited those players. That's
draft.
Right. That's right.
The guys coming out of school. But, yeah, that's a great point.
And when you have a bundle of draft picks like they ended up having, then the draft was very important for those first 2 or 3 years.
I mean, there won't be another Herschel Walker.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Camp out and just get like 12, 15 guys.
But they were kind of ahead of the game there for a couple of years with some of those guys they were recruiting to go to Miami, so they were kind of familiar with.
And
those
we talked about this in the last couple of weeks. Who's the last college head coach that was successful in the NFL? Harbaugh.
I think that's who we came up with.
Yeah, got to a Super Bowl.
Jim Harbaugh.
Does Pete Carroll count? Because he was a New England coach
since he was previous NFL.
Yeah,
I don't count Pete Carroll because of that, because he had a long time in the NFL.
I'm trying to think.
Head coach prior.
Saban didn't have success, and
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, you don't get
that's the only reason.
Well,
I
he had previous NFL coaching.
Was it the winning season? Was it the winning season for Saban? I know it was right around 500.
I can't remember, something around there.
And he only lasted 2, 3?
I think it was maybe just 2 years.
2 years.
2, yeah.
And on to LSU, right?
With Jason Garrett on his staff.
That's correct.
As a matter of fact,
QB's coach.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
They hired him as the quarterback coach.
He was there for 2 seasons.
I should watch the Belichick and Saban
on HBO.
Special on HBO. Yeah. I heard him on it, so I need to look at it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think
wow.
I am. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, come on, it should be.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Why are we so surprised?
For all you did for those guys.
All right. We're going to take a break. And we're going to come back, and we're going to dive into these Los Angeles Rams when we come back here in just a moment on Talkin Cowboys.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
Ready? Okay. Give me an S. S. Give me an O. O. Give me an S. S. Give me an O. O. What's that spell?
So.
Are we gonna win?
Not if we play like we cheered.
Just okay is not okay. Whether it's cheerleaders or your wireless network, AT&T is America's best wireless network. Best network based on GWS One score September 2019.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Do you want the most interesting, up-to-the-minute Dallas Cowboys news straight from the Star in Frisco? How about exclusive and on on command. That's right, news and nuggets you can't find anywhere else. With our exclusive Cowboys content on Alexa, you can have all the answers, secrets, stories, and more. What's Stephen Jones thinking during a game? What's Joe Looney's favorite pregame meal? We take your questions to Cowboys players and coaches, and you can hear the answers directly back to you. Just say, Alexa, open Dallas Cowboys.
I'm Jay Novacek, former tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. Back in the day, I was the guy who always got the tough yards, and that's why I run with John Deere today. In fact, I have a John Deere 3025E tractor that can handle any yard work I need to do, even the tough yards way out back. So if you have 1 acre or 1,000, John Deere has the equipment that's just right for you. Visit a John Deere dealer today and run with us. We are the official tractor provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
It's your turn, Emerson.
All right, pitch it to me, baby. Santa at the start. Don't miss your chance. Take a photo with Santa at the start of this holiday season. Santa Claus will be at his Cowboys fan-themed set within Fans United at the Star in Frisco now through December 24th. For more information, just ask Bill. He knows what the heck's going on. No. For more information and to book your photos, visit thestarinfrisco.com/Santa.
So do Christmas Eve, a week from Tuesday. All right. Have you done your Christmas shopping, Mickey?
Merry Christmas to you.
It kind of dawned on me when I was walking in today. It's like we might have to push Christmas back.
Yeah, man. We got fewer days.
I never do it until like Christmas Eve.
I never do it, period.
Yeah, there you go.
I got a bunch of people do it for me.
I'm getting texts right now from my daughters asking about things that I'm supposed to have gotten.
I just passed the text on.
Yep. Kind of been laid up this week. I'm sorry. I haven't
got
done
an
much this
excuse.
week. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I juice that.
Bags.
Yep, that's right.
I'd work that to
Especially since, Christmas is on Wednesday. That's a work day for the Cowboys.
This is an odd holiday season. There's no doubt about it. 6 fewer days, I think they said, or something like that. 6 fewer shopping days.
Oh, yeah, because Thanksgiving was late. Okay, so what needs to happen for the Cowboys to have a Merry Christmas this year? Think about what's going to happen between now and Christmas Day. Okay, you got a game on Sunday against the Rams, and then you got the all-important game at Philadelphia 3 days before Christmas.
Well, without a bunch of detail, for me, I would continue with the path I was on. They need to keep things extremely simple for themselves right now. Just allow their players to play. I mean, let's just do that. I remember Tom Landry letting us do that several times. Yes, we have the flex defense, and we're all about coordination. But there were a couple of games where we just said, you know what, just let that D-line go. Just let them go through the gaps, let them run their stunts, and then we'll see what happens. Because at that point, nothing was working. And if you're at the point where the Cowboys are, where nothing is working, then just let the players themselves be free and unencumbered by the mental aspect of the game. Let's just go out there and be physical without even worrying about mistakes and things of that nature. To me, that's the best way for them to go because they've tried everything else. And it hadn't worked.
And the question came up to him in the press conference. Everybody knows what you do defensively. It's too simple. So
that's what they said.
That's what somebody pointed. I think they said Troy Aikman said that the Cowboys do what they do on defense and they don't change things up. And his answer was, well, we're always, trying to have variety in what you do. But that you might have a good point there. Instead of, the linebackers, rushing into a gap and getting in the wrong one, well, how about just standing there and read for a little while? Maybe you can protect yourself better because that defensive line's not protecting you.
I would have to say that along with the simplicity, more aggression. I'd blitz a lot more.
Just go.
We got nothing to lose.
Right?
We have nothing to lose.
Because you're not stopping
anybody, going with the
right?
same 4 rushers every time. I would come up with a variety of blitzes to put the pressure on because when it comes down to a Goff and Dak, pretty much the same. Like most quarterbacks, as good as they are, they do not like pressure. Pressure changes things in their pocket. So we need to put the onus on their offense. See if you can stop us from pressuring you because we're coming at you. That's the attitude they need to have. We are coming at you. That'd be that's a nice T-shirt. We're coming at you.
Coming at you?
We're coming at you, yeah.
And Goff is a little different than the guys that they've had trouble with the last couple weeks because he's not as mobile. He's more of a stationary guy. If they can knock him off his spot, they've got an opportunity to, tee off a little bit. Maybe that helps everything else. But they haven't. I agree with you guys. They got to let loose. They got to play free. They got to do all those things, but they got to maintain some level of discipline in terms of tackling and those. That's been the biggest thing. It's not just some of the runs they've given up or the catches they've been giving up. It's the yards per catch. A lot of open field tackles that haven't been made. This is a bad team to face if you're having those types of issues. Because
Todd Gurley is another. He's just another Minnesota Viking running back. What's the young kid from Florida State?
Dalvin Cook.
Just another Cook.
Yep.
He's just another Cook. The guy he's low to the ground.
Yep.
He's going to hit those gaps, and no arm tackling is going to bring him down. Not one.
So let me throw this out because this came up, I think, during the offseason after the Cowboys lost to the Rams, about how they get to the line of scrimmage early and take advantage of the 15 seconds you have in the quarterback communication helmet with the head coach.
Because it cuts off at 15,
Because
right?
it cuts off at 15. It starts at 40. And how McVay will get them early, see what the defense is doing, and then sort of like they do in college and keep changing the signal. And
the defense still has
what
to.
The defense is
they
doing.
have to commit to what they're doing
because you already have the personnel out there. So
especially if you're going no huddle,
and they're going no huddle.
That's
right.
So is that real? I mean, can that really help and confuse a defense?
Well, if nothing else, it keeps you almost in panic mode. Because you can't be as poised when you're doing something that you're not accustomed to. We're reacting to something that we're really not accustomed to yet. We don't have the time to sit back. Okay, guys, what's the call? Now you've got the middle linebacker himself. He's going to have to make the call on his own if he's not sharp enough to get it from the sideline.
Or fast enough, right?
Yeah.
Before his cuts off.
That's right. So here we work with signals, though, back then.
Right.
So if you got the signal, great. But otherwise, we would just throw a basic signal out there. So it limits the defenses that you can play. We on second down and long, then we're thinking a certain way, okay? But we're also bringing in certain personnel. They have second and long, but they're rushing it. Okay, we got the no huddle. Now, we're not quite sure what personnel we should have in, so we play it safe. So it limits what you can do from your game plan. All of a sudden now you're playing your basic defense, and that's what the offense wants. They want to rush up there, catch you in a basic defense with a specialized defense, and now I'm offensively, I'm the one that has taken control of the game.
And if their basic offense is 3 wide receivers all the time, it sort of goes back to what we were talking about when you played in the Super Bowl against Buffalo. Mm-hmm. You basically played a different defense as your base.
We only had one D lineman. That's right? Correct. Because of the pass-happy formation, because of the no huddle, we kept in. Our basic defense for that particular game was for just one defensive lineman, the rest linebackers and DBs.
But the thing about them, and we saw it in the playoff game last year, is they don't necessarily run a ton of different stuff. It's just all that window dressing pre-snap. And then ultimately, you're not seeing a ton of – well, they do a lot of different things in terms of getting their receivers involved, sweeps, things like that. But if they're running the ball, that's their bread and butter. And that's when they're able to play off of that. Chris Richard spoke about that yesterday, how then that's when they bring in the boots and the waggles and all those things. It's all predicated off of what they do with Todd Gurley. And that's why it was kind of a shock. Everson, you spoke about this, like, novel idea. Let's get Todd Gurley involved because he settles everything down for Jared Goff. And that's the concern for me in this game, is that now they've kind of found their identity again. Can the Cowboys
find
a way to stop the run and play fundamental disciplined football in the run game and tackle well and do all those things, because they're capable of it, but they just haven't done it with consistency.
Now, and the no huddle itself, it stops you from putting the pressure down as well.
Yeah.
You can't really. It's hard to call a blitz that hadn't already been called when you're going against a no huddle offense. So it just keeps you extremely basic.
So basically what they do, if they go no huddle, they get to the line of scrimmage and then stand there for 10 seconds or 15 seconds. It's not like they're rushing you to play fast.
It can be a patient no huddle.
They're trying to change the play sort of like they do in college, with the exception of not having any signs to hold up, right?
Yeah, that's what Philly did in this last game.
Did they?
They accelerated their whole pace of the game just so that offensively they can get on track. It took them a while. Oh, my God, that was a boring game.
But that's right.
They got it done.
But as you said yesterday, Cowboys would take boring win any day of the week.
No doubt.
That's Sunday.
You look at Jared Goff. He's got this season 14 interceptions and 15 touchdown passes. Wow. Not having a banner season.
But you got to look at the last 3 games, though. That's really where he's at right now.
Last 2 games against Arizona was 34-7 and then 28-12 against Seattle. Game prior to that was Baltimore, and that was the blowout, 45-6. But about their receivers, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Brandon Cooks.
I was just going to talk about Kupp.
Yeah.
Kupp's been having a great year. I guess he should play every game over in London.
Yeah.
Man, he had 200-plus receiving yards one game, and that's not an oddity for him. Mm-hmm. That's what he does. He's that guy. He's like Cole Beasley personified. A little bit bigger, a little bit faster, a little bit more physical.
He's a big-bodied slot receiver.
Big-bodied slot receiver, but a guy that still has the quick moves, still has the quick feet, and obviously has great hands. So he's going to be a problem.
They missed him last year with the injury. I mean, that he brings another dimension to their offense they didn't have. They probably could have used, beat the Cowboys, but in the Super Bowl they could have used him.
Mm-hmm. And Kupp and Woods. Kupp is 10 yards away from going over 1,000 yards, and Woods is 67 yards away from going over. Cooks only has 31 catches this year.
Wow.
He's started 11 games, 31 catches, which Mickey, the snap counter over there, maybe we can figure out how much they are in their nickel offense, and you're going 2 tight ends more, because Gerald Everett, who is hurt right now, has 37 catches on the year, and Tyler Higbee's got 40 catches on the year. So they use 2 tight ends. They not only use 2 tight ends, they throw to 2 tight ends a lot.
And they use Higbee now more too. So.
More 12 personnel.
Now you've got 2 backup linebackers coming in, going against these tight ends. And they are really making a move. The tight end that's part of why Goff is having success. He decided to start looking to the tight end, and it kind of takes a little bit of load off of him, because down the seams, when you got a tight end running down the seams, that's a much bigger target than trying to go outside to these little shifty wide receivers.
So if no Sean Lee at that linebacker position, you're talking Joe Thomas alongside Jalen Smith, and then the Sam
Smith, and I would think Gifford. And
because beyond that, it's
the
Justin
only other
March.
guy, it's Justin March, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. We haven't stopped the tight end with our starters.
Or you just stay in nickel and just say one of my corners or safeties has to cover the tight end. And we've seen that before.
Now they'll
hand it to Gurley, and now you got one less, big guy close to the line of scrimmage. So maybe just the suggestion is better score some points.
That's a novel idea.
How about a novel idea, right?
All right, we continue with more Talking Cowboys in just a moment.
Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Want to show your Texas and team pride too? You can. By purchasing your own Stetson, you can look just like how the flag guys do on field at every home game. Stetson hats, the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys, and your favorite football team. Get yours today in the Stadium Pro Shop or at Stetson.com.
Ready? Okay. Give me an S. S. Give me an O. O. Give me an S. S. Give me an O. O. What's that spell?
So.
Are we gonna win?
Not if we play like we cheer.
Just okay is not okay. Whether it's cheerleaders or your wireless network, AT&T is America's best wireless network. Best network based on GWS 1 score September 2019.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer, where you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses. You can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
So, you're shopping, and that's when you see it. Aisle 23. Dr. Pepper stacked from top to bottom as far as the eye can see. The phrase too good to be true comes to mind, yet there it is. A rich, delicious Dr. Pepper paradise. Wait, did that can of Dr. Pepper just open itself for you? They all are. As if to say, so nice to treat you. And even though it feels weird to talk to a can, you pick one up and say, "It's so nice to be treated." Dr. Pepper, so nice to treat you.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Hey, Bill, you might have been out of commission, so I need to fill you in on what's going on with Jack Black.
I heard yesterday's.
Yeah.
Did you?
Send your holiday list packing. Free 2-day shipping with your $75 purchase. Now, this is going to extend through December 20th. So you spend $75 and you use the code SHIP. They will get your package to wherever it's going in 2 days. So go to getjackblack.com.
So through next Friday.
Is that what the 20th is?
Yeah. This is Friday the 13th today.
Oh,
just mention that, man.
Way to go.
I was not going to say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Knock on wood.
Anything up over our heads here? Any black cats walking on the field? I got to go through the rest of the day
worried about that because of Bill.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But anyway, through next Friday,
yes.
the 20th.
2-day shipping.
Okay.
All right. It'll
Very
get
good.
there.
All right. We need to break down what's going to happen on Sunday. Okay. So what's going to happen on Sunday?
Go ahead, Mick.
It's going to be a football game.
Yeah. Yeah. Mickey's going to do a pregame hit for the fan, right?
Yes, I will. And Jason Garrett's radio pregame interview.
You're going to grill him?
I'm going to grill him here in about 2 hours. Yeah, we'll find out.
Oh, I thought that was done
all
live.
the secrets. You thought it was done live? Yeah. Like Jason has time to talk before the game.
What else does he do?
But you know what?
I for this game, I'm looking forward to something, a revelation that came through yesterday. You guys brought it up to me. Rest. We got rest.
Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't think about that because we've been grinding, coming in here and fussing about what they're not doing and what they're supposed to be doing. And we knew about the grind of the 3 games when there's so many days. But that 10-day rest, that may be the spark that we need, because what we have seen, and we talked about it, everything is just so uneventful. And maybe uneventful just because the guys are tired. Mm-hmm. It's almost a grind when you go through 3 games so close together. So something that I overlooked until you guys brought it up yesterday, that the rest itself might be that thing that you need. You come out, all of a sudden you're looking different, you're feeling different, your attitude is different. Mentally, everything up here is more optimistic as opposed to pessimistic. I'm hoping that that's how they come out, with that same fire. And we I don't know if you listened yesterday, but like that Philly fire when we came out against Philadelphia, really last strong, dominating game we had. I'm hoping we come out with that attitude.
The other thing that would certainly help them if AT&T Stadium turned into the Superdome, and they would have hard time hearing when in the quarterback's communication helmet.
You need to get off to a good start. Get off to a good start, and that can happen.
But you're going to have to. They're going to have to drag him in,
Yeah.
because I want to see Goff going like this over his ear hole, right? And so he's having trouble hearing. If you want to change it at the line of scrimmage, go ahead, big boy. But but I don't have a lot lot of faith in that happening.
Come on, man. You were going good. You were going well.
I just don't have faith.
You just took a left turn.
There's going to be a lot of Rams fans in those
You don't
stands.
have a lot of faith, and Cowboys fans don't
That's
have a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying
faith right now.
Yeah. So you better pull them in. You got to
do
do something to pull them in. You got to drag them along. This kind
So you're saying close the roof?
Yeah,
close
right.
The roof.
Absolutely.
That's the first thing you do.
I mean, you know what? Back in the day, I used to remember I was always shocked on how quiet the noon games were at Texas Stadium. It was like, did these people just get out of church? And we're not in church anymore, right? But if they played well, all of a sudden, the place turned on, right?
This is not the Texas Stadium Cowboy fans.
Yeah, this is a different crowd.
This is a totally different crowd.
Yeah. Well, they need to participate.
They need some type of big spark plays. We talked about this during the week. Defensive. Think about the one game they really played complimentary football. Philly, short fields. Something that's from the defense that sparked the entire team. That's what they need.
Who's going to make that play?
D-Law, baby.
That's my pick.
I got D-Law, too.
D-Law.
We got three D-Laws.
I want a sack fumble that Jeff Heath picks it up and returns for a touchdown.
With one arm, because his other labrum is bad. Yeah.
All right, so that's what we're going with.
That's what I'm going with.
D-Law is our pick to click.
There you go.
Just get these people engaged and make some noise.
Defense, D-Law will do it on defense. That's how it's going to happen.
Here we go.
So we got a winner.
We got a winner.
I didn't say that.
I said that. I say that. Yes, I say
I've picked them week after week. Maybe I'm jinxing them. Maybe if I go with the Rams, it'll turn around for them.
I wish I could.
I will say that whenever you count out a team completely and everybody's picking against the Cowboys, it usually goes a different way. So we'll see. They don't need to win this game to win the division. And I can't believe people were talking about that because, guys, you need a win badly Sunday.
More so
just for your confidence level.
Yeah, more so from number standpoint, confidence and momentum going into Philadelphia. Have some confidence that you can go to Philadelphia and win.
You know what? It's the 12 days of Christmas starting tomorrow. Okay?
He goes.
December 14th tomorrow. It's 12 days of Christmas. Christmas starts tomorrow for the Cowboys, and it's going to be a Merry Christmas around
so
here.
On the 11th
they're going to win their
Christmas,
next two games.
Right?
That's exactly right. So there you go. All right, you heard it here first right here on Talking Cowboys, and we'll talk at you on Monday after a win over the Rams on Sunday.
Bill Jones.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?